The Dallas Stars went and made another move at the trade deadline buzzer. What's up, everyone? Dane Lewis here with the Locked On Stars podcast, coming to you after the end of the NHL trade deadline, but news continuing to break, and we do have news out of Dallas that the Stars will be adding Vladislav Namestinkov to their roster from the Detroit Red Wings, sending a fourth-round pick back to Detroit. Namestnikov will be joining this team, likely to fill a role somewhere in the bottom six, moving out maybe someone like Yoel Kiviranta or someone else on those bottom six lines, looking to add a little bit of scoring depth to the Stars. That's been a subject that we've talked about pretty much all season, but especially the last few weeks as the Stars have hit a little bit of a skid as of late. Namestnikov has 25 points on the season, 13 goals, 12 assists, and he's been a little bit of a journeyman throughout his NHL career. He's played with Tampa Bay, the New York Rangers, brief stints with the Ottawa Senators and Colorado Avalanche, but now he will be calling Dallas home after spending the last two seasons in Detroit. And this is another very interesting move. I'm very curious to see how he fits into this lineup, who he's going to be paired with, and what will his offensive approach be, and also his defensive approach. He's a guy that can play both sides of the ice very well, and chemistry is something that's very important in the NHL, but especially to the Dallas Stars' success this season. We've seemed to have found the perfect mix on the top line, but everything else below that has really had a big question mark over it for the majority of this season. So I'm curious to see where Rick Bowness and the rest of the coaching staff think Namestnikov needs to be. And I wonder how effective he will be in being a scoring threat for this Stars team. His best season came back in 2017-2018 when he had 44 points on the year. We're going to be watching this storyline closely as it unfolds, and very excited to see him on the ice sometime soon. So now we have Vlad Namestnikov as well as Scott Wedgwood joining the Stars as acquisitions from the trade deadline. You can catch all the updates and news that you need on the Dallas Stars on the Locked On Stars podcast on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast at.